That's the intro music. Yeah! Woo!
Good morning, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. Welcome back as patch 68 is now underway. And in today's video, I hope to cover some of the things that are coming because there's a lot coming, as well as things that curiously aren't mentioned, like the fact that this month is supposed to be an event store month, which means yay, event store, and yeah, even new things that are going to be in this event store versus what we've seen in the past. So something to be hopeful and optimistic about. But let's get into the actual notes, the things on the screen. Let's go through every little bit, and we'll discuss whether you're excited or very excited. Maybe both. Who knows? Let's see. All right, patch 68. I'm gonna be honest, we're gonna skip the whole lore part. Y'all can have the lore because honestly, we don't have enough time to go through lore. There's just too much going through in this patch notes video. But new building, new wave defenses, 2 different new wave defenses, new forbidden tech, 2 of those, new officers, 4 of those, new missions, like 20 of those, new refits, 12 of those, new cosmetics, I think 11 of those, new battle pass. Technically more, 2 of those, because you got territory this month, you got regular battle pass, and more. So let's go through the different things. All right, first thing they mentioned is something that you've already seen, which is the store has gotten a redesign and a facelift to make it more user-friendly, more intuitive to work with. It could still use some facelifting, but just something to keep in mind. Again, don't want to stick there too long. Now, this is getting added, I do think is really good for the game and good for you as a player, incentivizing you to participate in the mirror universe. They're adding mirror efficiency exchanges. So this is similar to how X-Borg works, where you can use that liquid Trellium D to turn in to speed up older loops. The 3 older loops that are being included this month are the Stella, the Actian loop, and the Voyager loop. Now, I actually already do the Actian loop through my X-Borg, but this gives you options to do more in various ways. So if you wanted to say use your X-Borg for Meridian and you didn't have enough currency for say Voyager, well then you can simply do Mirror Universe to speed that up. I do think that is a good addition. Sure, finding more things to click on and finding things, I completely get those frustrations and gripe, and please don't let any of this make it sound like I'm okay with all the clicks and all the currencies. But it is good to get efficiencies, and it is good to get things that help speed up older loops. That's exactly what this is doing to make Mirror Universe more palatable for those of you out in the game. You've got these efficiencies right here where you'll see you get Stellar Particles, Rogue Reputation, Independent Credits, and Rogue Credits with the Stellar one. The Mantis will pay out Actium Venom Syndicate XP. So this is technically another way to get Syndicate XP. And Hull Fragments, and then the Voyager does the Biotoxins, Common Samples, Rare Samples, and Commerce Insignias. So again, speeding up some loops that technically aren't even that old. Voyager is not that old of a loop, but Stella and Mantis obviously a little bit older. All right, next up, the Mirror Universe building District 56, which is straight out of Blade Runner. We've talked about a little bit already in its own preview video, but more details now here. That way you can kind of know like how it works. For example, it has its own currency to upgrade, which is it's a thing because there are a lot of currencies this month, not gonna lie. We've again talked about kind of the basics of the building. The biggest benefits for the average player is gonna be the daily drip that pays out things like liquid Trellium D, allowing you to go after a variety of things now in the Mirror Universe refinery, including some of the things that we just saw in Ray Efficiency. Now, Mirror Universe has a huge liquid liquid everything bottleneck, and that's just it's a problem that a lot of you are facing. In fact, if you're in the comment section and have struggled with that, let us know. But this is going to help a little bit with that, as well as giving you Apex Barrier and PvP, increasing your mitigation and decreasing your critical damage for your opponents. Now, moving on to things that are actually new in terms of features, we have 2 new forms of wave defenses, and this is gonna be something big to really pay attention to. Now, these are G4 and G5 plus, meaning they're not meant for players in the 30s, such as the original early Borg wave is. This is meant to be a little bit tougher. They also have changed how the hostiles kind of work, so you might want to pay attention to that. So G4 targeted hostiles have the Terran hostiles because these are Mirror Universe themed. However, they will remain in the standard area of space. As you can see in this dev screenshot, they're in the standard area of space near where we already have our 2 current Mirror Universe areas, and they will be based around the Mirror Universe. They do take their own currency to launch, which again, I get it. The new currency to launch these two armadas can be found inside the Section 31 faction store, and they are right there with the Section 31 mirror ciphers. So turn those in. Now, in terms of what they pay out, this is where it gets a little bit unique. So mirror credits for Section 31 get exchanged for Agony Booth. That is a forbidden tech exclusive to the Wave Defense grind. It's a PvE, brand new forbidden tech. We'll talk about it in a second. Field Repair ASA shards. Field Repair is a new feature that we'll talk about here in a second, but it is for repairing your ship. It's an active ability similar to cloaking. Welding hardware, which is the material needed to activate the brand new Field Repair. The Elite Rep bundles, Elite Sigma bundles for our G6 players, Elite Syndicate XP bundle, another way to get Syndicate XP. It really feels like they're giving us a ton of Syndicate XP. Curious, could that be targeted anywhere? Comment down below if you believe Syndicate levels are coming in the near future. And then conversion of new credits into old. So a kind of trade down mechanic. But again, this is going to be kind of unique in how this works, as there's new currencies to go about this. But doing the new wave defenses will reward you with things like a brand new forbidden tech. Let's go ahead and mention the two forbidden techs. One is for PvP, one is for PvE. The PvE one is grindable free to play. The PvE one is going to be this Agony Booth right here. So if you scroll up, you'll see the forbidden tech Agony Booth grind path. That is going to be this one right here. Increases apex barrier against non-armada hostiles. Increases the FKR gain when grinding, which I love. Increases hull health and damage against non-armada hostiles. I actually do like the Agony Booth, and I will be going after it. And this is an exclusive grind path via new wave defense encounters, and I think that is a nice addition. It's a free-to-play, immediately ready to be grinded out wave defense FT here. Now, the Tentalus field is a little bit different in that it is not a free-to-play grind, and it is a PvP-based one. And to show you the max stats of that, I'll put that on the screen. Pretty large bonus in terms of damage and hull health. Again, y'all can determine whether that's valuable to you. Even though I enjoy PvP, to me, this feels like something for the higher levels, and if they enjoy it, more power to them. Got to keep moving because we got 4 new officers. 4! Epic Mirror Cure is the epic this month, and there's 3 rares. But at the start of round against players, increases apex barrier, similar to what you have from Mirror Universe Picard. The officer ability, though, increasing the number of shots, which could be beneficial to ships that maybe don't have the best firing patterns, giving them a little bit more oomph in PvP. So I might be running Mirror Picard, Mirror Data, Mirror Kira, taking advantage of her officer ability, or maybe I just will go mine something. Who knows? It's a Mirror Universe topsy-turvy world, and maybe I mine in the Mirror Universe. And we got Mirror Ezri, who I won't just because she's one of my favorite characters in Star Trek, and I love her. But very similar to what you already had in previous officers. Captain's Maneuver is going to be giving you a bonus against battleships. Officer ability is giving you a kinetic weapons damage bonus. Then we got Rare Mirror Troi, who's the final piece of our Mirror Universe PvP puzzle, doing very similar to what you just saw with Ezri, except working on Explorers. Then you have a unique one where you have boosting of Mirror Data, so he's getting stronger than he was before. And then Rare Lieutenant Picard. This is a piece that's for the new players out there, for lower levels, piece of content for y'all. He actually synergizes with the Next Gen crew that you get at the very beginning of the game. You know, like Next Gen LaForge, Next Gen Crusher, Chin is a common crew. Well, now you could be looking at adding him with his captain's ability, adding Apex Barrier against non-Armada hostiles, level 35 and below, which is a pretty decent little add right there. And then having on combat start, increases shield health. So again, not bad, not bad. Interesting to give that to new players. There will be a few intended Kira shards given out as a promo code, so make sure you check back at the launch. And then here is 18 new missions. Y'all can kind of view those if you will. Refits, we're going to cover these real quick. These are the new refits that are for all the uncommon ships, G4, G5, and G6, and the G5 epics, that will allow you to repair your ship 25% of the ship's hull health. So basically, like if you go into a wave defense, you kind of overestimate your abilities and you go kabooey, this will give you the ability to kind of survive or make sure that you survive without going kabooey. So interesting idea, similar to what a lot of you have been asking for Not exactly the same, I'll admit, but people have been asking for things like repair ships, things like that. This is kind of along that vein. So there's your Kelvin, Katinga Valdor, Northcutt, Vorchak, Corvus. Then you got the Enterprise D, Rotarn, and the Deradex. Finally, the Akira, Negvar, and Nerva. Again, interesting. You have 2 new projectiles, one for isolated damage, one for PvP Apex Barrier, as well as the cosmetics you see here. Nothing super major in the bug fixes, but I'll let y'all go through that for yourself. This video has already been 10 minutes as I'm trying to speed run through a lot of this information because there is a lot to digest here. The game is adding a lot this month. At the same time, I think some of the things are neat. I do like the idea of hull repair for various activities. I think that's neat. And again, that's part of something that you can go after in the new Section 31 area where they're kind of combining Section 31 in the mirror universe. So all these kind of tie into themselves, but there is a lot, again, getting added. And also, as I said, unless something crazy has changed since the last week, Vent Store this month. Lord knows I hope I was okay to say that. But if not, well, Scopely, y'all can get mad at me. I apologize. I was just kind of shocked y'all didn't say it in the patch notes. But anyway, that is something I'm looking forward to, as well as the new way the battle pass is being designed this month. I will share more of that in the live stream, as well as other videos, but they're actually doing a little bit to try to help source the rares for all you folks out there with battle passes. But anyway, let me know what you think. Again, I feel like this is a lot this month, although there are some really good things that I do like. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Live long and plunder. Stay safe with our space cowboys. Deuces. That's me. Catch you on the next Star Trek Fleet Command video, and I am out.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.